Bẹ́ẹ̀kasàn mọ́mì wa Òṣàtọ́lá. Mo wà pẹ̀lú bàbá wa Èṣùdínà pẹ̀lú àwọn ìbéèrè tí ó lè mú ìtẹ̀síwájú bá iṣẹ́ yín tí ẹ̀ ń ṣe lórí ètò náà. Bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ, orúkọ mi ò ṣe yí padà. Ifá nìkan ló ń tó sìn. Yóò dára fún wa. Ẹ ṣé. Màmá Òṣàtọ́lá, mo máa sẹ́ndì fídíò arákùnrin sí yín. Àjọ wà papọ̀ lénìí ni. Yóò sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ìdí pàtàkì tó fi wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá tó fi wá fún ọdún Ifá. Yóò bá wa sọ ńbẹ̀ ní ráńpẹ́. Bákan náà, a béèrè ìbéèrè díẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ rẹ̀ nípa ìwà. Orúkọ rẹ̀ sì ń jẹ́ Èṣùdínà láti ìlú lókè ọba lọ́hùn. Ire lójú wa yóò máa rí o. Àṣẹ. Ẹ jọ̀wọ́, kí lorúkọ yín?
Èṣùdínà Orílànà.
Èṣùdínà Orílànà. Bí orúkọ ẹ̀ ṣe jẹ́ nù. A tún máa tẹ̀síwájú lọ. Please, what is your name?
My name is Orílànà Èṣùdínà.
Thank you. Please, what are you doing in Nigeria?
I am in Nigeria to celebrate the Odunifa of the Isese family here in Ibadan. I'm also here in Nigeria for the Itefa ceremony of my Omofa.
Thank you. And then can you tell us briefly why you are in Babalawo?
I practice isese because isese tradition is the tradition of my African ancestors, the ancestors that were brought over to the diaspora or the New World or the West. And it is a tradition that has survived despite all the problems and despite of the efforts of the colonizers to end it. It has survived for more than 300 years, and it is a tradition that has given me and my family and my loved ones a lot of health, a lot of prosperity, a lot of peace, a lot of joy. So I got involved in isese because I wanted to continue the legacy of my forefathers. And I am currently in Nigeria furthering my studies in order to do so.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sure. And then I want to ask a question. What is isese?
Isese, to my understanding, is the encapsulation of the entirety of human creation, the entirety of life as we know it. Like we say in Esinibile, in the tradition, my mother is my isese, my father is my isese, my ancestors, my egungun are my isese, my oluo is my isese, my ojubona is my isese. But so is the river, Odo, so is the sea, Okun, so is the sky, so are the birds, so are the animals, so is the air that we breathe. They are all my isese. So isese is the glue that binds creation together. It is what keeps humanity whole, makes humanity complete. So I am studying isese because I wish to understand how isese plays a role not only in my life but in the life of those that I love, and of course in the lives of everybody else.
What can you tell the people about the traditional?
Well, first and foremost, don't be afraid of the tradition. The tradition, unfortunately, has been identified negatively in the media, in movies, by people who don't know what the tradition is about. Isese tradition is a tradition about life. Isese tradition is a tradition about character building. Isese tradition is a tradition that invites you to find the better parts of yourself. Allow those aspects of yourself to become even richer, and then to give back to the community, so that the community can also be uplifted as isese lifts every individual person. So isese is not an individual tradition. It is a tradition that calls for the unity of many people to come together in order to uplift the community. It's a community of growth, of beauty, of self-development, of self-discovery, and it is a tradition that has given me countless amounts of blessings and goodness. So to anyone and everyone who has any doubts or has any fears or has any concerns, my suggestion will be find a suitable mentor, or at least find somebody who is well respected, who has a good name, and ask them questions. Ask them, what is isese to you? What does isese mean for you? Why do you practice isese? Is isese bad? If it's not bad, why do you people think it's bad? And these are conversations that you need to have in order for you to understand, in order for you to better understand isese. I have never had a bad experience in isese. On the contrary, I've only seen, like I said, beauty and success and prosperity and many good things. So I definitely invite everyone to get to know isese better, to practice isese, because isese is truly for everyone. Isese is not a tradition that is just for certain people. Isese is for the entire planet.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Once again, thank you, Baba Ishudina. And which state are you from?
I am living in Virginia, United States.
Thank you. Because of traditional, you travel from US to Nigeria?
Benio.
And then to visit Akinwale's family in Ibadan?
My family.
Your family. And then, how long have you been in a traditional line?
I have been practicing isese as it is known in our side of the world for excuse me, for more than 30 years, and I've been in the traditional line for about 12 years.
12 years. Wow. You have a lot of experience in isese.
I have a little bit of experience. I like to say that I have a little bit. There's much to learn.
Much to learn. Eledumare bless us.
Ashe.
And then I want to ask you, what do you know about Iwa?
So, to my understanding, everything that makes a human complete, and everything that allows a human, or for a human to achieve that completion, derives from Iwa. Iwa is a loose translation of Iwa is character. So character is everything. We always have to take care of our character, because it is our character that defines us. Our character is what people will come to identify us with. So it is of the utmost importance for us to always take care of our character. As the Yoruba say, Iwalewa, character is beauty. Iwa Babasuru, character is the father of patience. So character is the primary building block of every human being. When you achieve Iwarere, good character, good things come to your life. Good things are bestowed upon you, and in turn you can also bestow others with good things as well.
Thank you so much. Ishudina, please, how did you across to isese when you have already spent almost like 12 years? Is it 12 years?
12 years.
In a traditional line? How did you across to isese? Can you briefly tell us a little bit?
So when you mean how did I get across to Isese, do you mean how did I come over from the other side, or do you mean how do I navigate to Isese?
Yeah, how do you navigate to
So,
Isese?
of course, the primary means of information for us is through divination, through Ifa, either Okwele Ifa or Dafa. And Ifa is our guiding light. Ifa is our support system. Ifa is our teacher, our mentor, our protector, our caregiver, and our father. Ifa teaches us what to do properly in order for us to achieve the good things that we want to achieve in life. Ifa teaches us what to avoid or what not to do so that we may not encounter obstacles or hardships in our life. So what is very important for every single person that follows Isese is to always not just pay attention to what divination says, but definitely carry through with it. Always heed the advice. Always follow the directions. And it doesn't matter if it's through Ifa or Osa, Merindilogun. It's still part of Isese. And Orisha and Ifa both give messages. So it applies to both. The important thing is to be able to receive the messages and not take them for granted, to really act upon the directives and the advice that the deity gives us.
Thank you so much. We are still here with Baba Ishudino. Please, sir, can you tell us the reason why you are being Ishudino? Because people are telling us that Ishu is a bad, why are we worshiping Ishu? And then you are being Ishudino. Where are you being Ishudino's name, Ishu names? Can you give us a reason?
So my Orisha name Eshudina means Eshu blocks the road, Ona, of evil, of bad things. And this speaks on the ability that Eshu has to remove obstacles from a person's road, but also to protect his children from any type of danger, from any type of evil. Unfortunately, when the Christian Bible was translated into Yoruba by Samuel Crowther, he was, even though he was a Yoruba man, he didn't spend a lot of time in Nigeria, so he was not versed deeply into either the Yoruba language as it pertains to Isese, and thus his translation was lacking, for lack of a better word. Because it was difficult for him to understand the concept of Satan, or actually because it was difficult for him to understand the lack of a deity that is like Satan in Isese, he attributed all sorts of negative aspects to Eshu because he didn't understand the role that Eshu plays. Eshu is an impartial deity. Eshu is not bad nor is he good. Eshu is just impartial. Eshu is here to do a job. And Eshu does the job of like a barrister, a judge. Eshu is here to impart the law of Olodumare. So Eshu, if you act in a manner that is incorrect, and if you act in a manner that is not conducive to bettering your life or bettering the lives of others, if you do things that hurt other people, you will feel the wrath of Eshu, because Eshu represents the one who carries out divine justice. On the flip side of that, if you are a good person, a person that has good iwa, Eshu will reward you. Eshu will reward you with wives or husbands, children, all sorts of prosperity. And it's not because, again, it's not because Eshu is good or because Eshu is bad. It is because Eshu is the divine enforcer. Eshu rewards those that do good, and he punishes those that do bad. But it's not because he is of an evil nature. It is the lack of understanding of the dynamics that rule over Eshu that Samuel Crowther was quick to attribute all the aspects of Satan to him. There is no aspect of absolute evil in isese. It doesn't exist. Isese is a religion of balance. It's a tradition of balance. So there are no absolutes here. There's no absolute good and there's no absolute bad. It runs counter to the philosophy of isese. Whereas in the Bible, in Catholicism, Satan is the total representation of what is evil. So having said that, it's impossible to attribute that to Eshu, because Eshu is impartial. Eshu is in total balance. He is just a divine enforcer. Unfortunately, like I said before, many people have come to have a misunderstanding of Eshu because of the aforementioned reasons. But currently, there is a very large movement here in Nigeria, but also in other parts of the world, in Brazil, in the United States, in South America, and it's called the Eshu is Not Satan movement. And all that this movement seeks to achieve is to educate people, to allow people to better understand what Eshu is, and for that matter, isese. But going back to Eshu, it's a movement that is trying to slowly educate people and to teach them, listen, Eshu is not what you think he is. Eshu is something completely different. It's time for you to understand that Eshu is here as a support. Eshu is here as a provider. Eshu is here as a protector. Don't fear Eshu unless you're doing bad.
Thank you so much.
Ìyá sọ ó lè ṣèrè o, ìgbà kan rárá. ìyá bàtà
máa ṣeré
níjọ́ èkuru
máa ṣeré
níjọ́ àkàrà
máa ṣeré